Hello, your confident VA group. It's our second hashtag squad talk. I'd love to welcome you all. And today I've invited a very special guest. She is a former squad, of course, and she worked in a call center company prior joining, or should I say, jumping into freelancing. And she is currently a legal service VA to an American, I would believe American client. And I believe that she's also assisting two clients at the moment. So without further ado, I'd love for you squads to meet Squad Raina. There you go. Hello, Raina.
Hi, Coach. Hi, everyone.
We are literally like recording this so that they can listen to it next week. Ayan, may pa-teaser na
Okay,
ganon, Raina.
sure.
But I'd love to welcome you in Squad Talks and thank you very much for giving us time. Ayan, para makapag-share tayo ng ating story and to also inspire other people who wants to be like you or in this freelance journey. So, simulan na natin ang ating interview with Squad Rhyna. We are actually uploading this sa your Confident VA group, Rhyna. So, make sure you tag your friends. Watch this.
Oh,
Ganyan.
sure, sure.
May pagana na tayo ngayon. So,
Oo, gaku. Level up.
so this is just a I would say informal conversation, but at the same time, gusto ko lang talaga na i-share mo yung story mo sa kanila and how you transition from being a corporate employee to a legal VA. Grabe, ang bigat ng iyong services, right? Na ang iyong niche. But really, I want to know, how did you introduce yourself to freelancing? Like, can you tell us your story?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, of course, my name is Raina. I think Coach Julie already introduced me to you guys. And yeah, I'm proud to say that right now I am currently full-time legal VA. I'm in the law firm industry. Even if I didn't graduate, I didn't have a law degree actually. Alam ni Coach Julian. So yeah, I was actually introduced to freelancing because of first circumstance, situation, and uncomfortability. Kasi coach, if you would know my schedule back then for yung last na corporate company that I've been with, we are required to work 48 hours in a week. So technically parang that's Monday to Saturday. However, they have given a chance naman. We have the option to compress it into 5 working days, like Monday to Friday. So of course, I chose that kind of schedule. So I was working Monday to Thursday. I would need to work 10 hours with a company, and during Fridays, 8 hours. Pero my routine was very, very unhealthy back then. Alam nyo, 10 hours ako sa work, pero actually, technically, hindi lang 10 hours kasi including lunch break. So that would be 11 hours sa work.
Oh.
And hindi lang yon kasi you need to prepare, I need to travel, I need to, mag-ayos-ayos pa, di ba? I would spend like 3 hours or 4 hours for going and coming back home. So it's like, biruin mo yon, 15 hours of my 24 hours in a day na spend sa work or naka-focus lang sa work. Then I would sleep like what, 5 hours, 6 hours?
Mhm.
So it's very uncomfortable for me. Kaya doon ako actually nag-start to venture on freelancing, and doon ako talaga nag-start to dream na mag-work from home. So doon ako na-introduce sa virtual assistant, doon ako nag-start na mag-research about the freelancing and all, until such time that I came across this TikTok video ni Coach Julie of course sa TikTok. And doon ako nagka-idea kasi the content of her video that time was very informative when it comes to freelancing. Doon ko actually naintindihan that freelancing is different actually with virtual assistant. So we'll dig deeper to that later on. But basically, to answer your question, Coach, I was introduced to freelancing because I wanted to quit my corporate job in order for me to at least focus more on myself and to have at least balance in my work and also in my life.
Wow, I did not know you're working more than 8 hours. Oh
It
my
was
gosh. Like,
it was the
how
company
long?
requirement.
Oh my gosh. How long did you stay with that company?
Almost 6 hours, but before that
Oh,
it was
six
also,
years, you mean?
I'm sorry, yeah, 6 months I should say.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But before that, I was also working with BPO, pero longer travel hours naman. So parang it's kind of the same. I'm spending almost, yeah, almost half day of my life sa sa workplace.
Wow, grabe. So parang madaming complication, no? Parang gusto mo yung work kaso ang haba ng biyahe. Tapos yung next naman, okay ang biyahe, ang haba ng work. Parang
Correct.
ganon. And
Correct.
then you mentioned that you come across my video, but have you been researching about freelancing prior seeing my video or, being in my community, Raina?
Not really researching, but I was just, I mean, naging familiar lang ako during pandemic because I was also a part of the group that was laid off. Nawalan din ako ng work during pandemic, kasagsagan ng, ng 2020.
Mm-mm.
So during that time, nag-research na din ako, pero I really didn't know pa talaga yung meaning ng freelancing. I was just researching on some available jobs, kung ano yung job opening, parang ganon, na makita. Pero since during that time, wala pa masyadong job openings kasi nga ang mga companies apparently nagsisisaraan or
Yeah.
nag-lay off din. So yeah, prior to that, meron na akong a bit of idea
Uh-huh.
ng work from home style or work from home setup. But when it comes to freelancing talaga is doon ako nag-start. Sa
Nice. Wow. I can relate so much to you. And I think you know that, Raina. I've shared that I'm also part of a BPO company before I jump into freelancing. And I'm pretty sure you would agree with me. It's not about you quitting your corporate job because you hate it. May mga times na it's an opportunity and experience you have to experience, 'di ba? Bago ka mapunta sa ganitong journey. And ngayon naman, tell us a story. Paano mo na-meet yung client mo after graduating from V Academy? Paano siya nangyari?
Yeah, very timely nga kasi I was actually deciding to resign na pero wala pang as in super sure na client, although I had some interviews na during that time, pero pending lang for final interview, pending lang for decision, pero wala pa talaga. However, I came across a Facebook post, a Facebook job. Medyo related siya sa current role ko during that time. Kasi
Aha.
the company that I was with prior VA is also a law firm. And so, medyo related din siya sa ginagawa ko. I tried my luck as well. And while I was still um, with your class sa VA course.
Oh,
So
okay.
parang double talaga siya. Talagang nag-sacrifice ako ng time. I'm working. I'm working at the same time. In-enrich ko na or in-enhance ko na yung portfolio ko, applying your advices and applying also what I'm learning dun sa course natin. And yun, also, during that time, marami din akong mga rejections. Um, Hindi natin yung maiiwasan. There will always be some rejections.
Yes.
Pero very timely kasi yun nga. Nag-decide na akong mag-pass ng resignation. I will render 30 days resignation.
Okay.
Kasi meron nang nag-confirm na client. However, I'm just waiting for the final decision and contract signing. Apparently,
Oh.
what happened was, hindi yun yung natuloy. Pero may isang dumating. Yeah. May isang dumating and ito yung nag-confirm. And it was so talagang I can say na blessing in disguise kasi the start time that na binigay nila sa akin is literally parang yung last day ko sa work, no, is for example, let's say this Friday,
And then yung start date ko doon sa nag-confirm talaga is Monday next week.
Wow,
So,
grabe, hindi na
hindi ako,
bakante.
yeah, wala akong gap. And very timely talaga. Kasi ganun yung gusto ko. Ayokong masira yung momentum and
Agree.
yeah, ayokong mabakante din naman ng super long period of
Oh,
time.
kasi it's going to be a challenge for us because we're not generating income as we wait. So, yun din yung ina-advise ko sa kanila, Ryan. Ano, for those of you who's going to watch this video or listen to this via Spotify, it's very important na before you jump into freelancing full time, make sure na wag ka muna kayong mag-quit ng inyong corporate job. Would you agree, Ryan? Kasi sobrang hirap
Correct.
niya. I think the blessing that we have work right now is something we should appreciate because not everyone is my work. Just like what you mentioned earlier, Raina, you got laid off nung pandemic,
Correct.
'di ba? So, wag natin siyang parang baliwalain na hindi porket mag-switch ka sa freelancing, iiwan mo na lang basta yung current work mo. Kasi it needs a lot of groundwork. Like, sobrang challenging niya. And makakatulong na meron kang consistent income as you hone yourself in this industry. Kasi there are times that you have to invest to learn something new. Correct, Raina? May
Correct.
mga
I
times na
agree.
you have to maybe invest in someone to learn, just like what you did with me. But it's not necessary, but it's your choice kung gusto mo pang mag-expand rather yung learning mo. So, nung dumating na-reject ka, you mentioned something about rejection, Raina. How many times did you apply bago mo na-meet yung client na yon? Yung lawyer na client mo ngayon?
Yeah, siguro I guess
No, it happened this way. Parang nag-blast ako ng resume.
Ah,
Tapos, I got out of, siguro let's say out of 10 resumes that I passed,
ah,
I got 5 interview invitations. Yeah.
wow.
And so out of those 5, I got 4 rejections and 5 didn't respond at all. Ganun yung
Wow.
rate niya.
So parang talagang literal 10% is 10% lang out of 100 yung nag-work. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yes.
did not you did not try to reach out to more clients after nung na-reject ka, or kaya hindi ka na nag-expand masyado kasi meron nang nag-show up na client na ready to get you full-time. Tama ba? Full-time yung client na yun?
Yes, coach, full time. Yeah, actually after that, nung nakuha na ako sa full time, I didn't really pass another, hindi na ako nag-expand more. However, what happened was, meron na akong client, tapos out of those 5 na hindi pa nag-respond during that time, doon na sila nag-unti-unting nagre-respond.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So how
Yes.
did you do that? Paano ginawa mo?
Actually, meron nga akong isang kwento, it gone wrong nga eh. Kasi, okay, nasa week na ako, parang magwa 1 month na ako dito sa full-time client ko. And medyo naka-adjust na ako. So, there was this time na parang sabi ko medyo naboboring na ako. Ganito pala ang freelancing. No, but it takes time din kasi siguro the work that I had now is a bit, medyo hasa na ako kasi I had a little bit of experience na.
Yep.
So medyo naka-adjust na ako a little bit during that time. So doon ko na feel yung parang medyo boredness, or maybe I can say na mas marami na akong time for myself and nandito lang ako sa
Yes.
bahay. That's why when I got that another interview invitation, I responded. Sabi ko, can I just try? Kasi actually that was a different niche naman. It's more
Ah,
onto
nice.
real estate.
Okay,
Yeah.
Reva.
Yeah. So, okay, I tried. And also the work time, I mean, the client was based in UK.
Okay.
So, it's a different time zone. So, parang sabi ko, if in case, edi nakakaano naman ako, makaka-adjust. Kasi right now, my client is PST,
Okay.
California-based. So, we follow PST.
Night shift ka kay client.
Yes, coach. Yes. And then, so I tried. Pero actually, hindi talaga siya planned na itutuloy ko talaga. Parang, I was just trying to check na,
Explore.
yeah, na parang ito na pala yung sinasabi nilang freelancing, that you can get as many clients as you want, as long as you can. Pero, okay, I tried. Nag-attend ako ng first interview. Tapos, I didn't expect. Nakapasa ako. So, they invited me for for a second interview. That will be the last interview. So, sabi ng interviewer, he is actually, he will be my supervisor if in case I got a job. But for the final interview, I will be meeting the CEO.
Okay.
So, okay, I tried. I listened. I asked about their company, how they do their company, how they do their business. So at least nagkaroon na din ako ng a bit of idea when it comes to real estate. Tapos nung sinabi niya na for the second interview, you will be meeting the CEO, edi medyo parang, yeah, I want that. Gusto ko ma-meet ang
Oo.
ang CEO. So second interview came, actually ano lang yun a day after.
Okay.
So, okay, trinay ko ulit. Tapos, coach, I passed. Parang
Oh
right
my
there and
gosh.
then. Pero hindi ko talaga parang yung nasa isip ko, the original plan is, I'll just try kung paano mag-interview yung
Sa
CEO.
Reva.
I just
Oo.
wanted to meet. Pero parang at the back of my mind, I'm not sure if I will continue with it. But
Oh.
so it gone wrong talaga. Pero I continued pa rin.
Oh my gosh, and
Kasi
you accepted the project?
yeah, I did. However, I negotiated, sabi ko kung pwedeng part-time. They, ano naman, they,
They say
they
yes.
allowed me, yeah, they allowed me to work for them part-time. But I tried for 1 month, pero doon ko na-assess yung skills ko and doon ko na-assess na parang it's not for me talaga yung kind of business na yon.
Oo.
So, nilet go ko din.
Wow, grabe. So, ang ganda ng story mo, Raina, no? So, parang, it's, I think on how I understand it, you tried it because you wanna see, kaya ko din kaya tong ibang type of industry. So, it's like, jumping into the unknown,
Yes,
alam mo
coach.
yon, and see yourself kung ano ba, is this something I like? I remember having that discussion earlier. I just had a webinar, alam mo naman, our accelerator program, our paid course. And then minention ko doon na, you don't really have to niche down before you
Mhm.
offer your service. Kasi I think people are trying to pressure someone instead na mag-explore ka ng mga industry gusto mong itry. For
Mhm.
example, you are a legal VA and then you try the Reva. It's way different type of niche, but you want to see what's the difference. I'm very curious. Is it ano ba yung pagkakaiba nila? Magkaiba rin ba sila ng rate? Saan mas malaki ka, saan hindi? Saan yung mas marami ako ang time? At ano yung bago ko pang matututunan? I think more importantly, over-earning, ano yung bago mong matututunan na magagamit mo in
Correct.
the future, correct? So, sinasabi ko lagi sa mga squad na you don't have to niche down to offer your services. Try everything, explore, and then tulad ng ginawa mo, you take time to identify, am I really seeing myself doing this long term? And you make decision quickly. I don't want to do it kasi it might sacrifice the quality of your work. Tama. So there's a thin line between give up mo siya dahil ay it's uncomfortable versus give up mo siya kasi you don't see yourself doing it long term. Magkaiba yung tinatapon ng opportunity sa hindi mo siya nakikitang nagre-resonate sa'yo. Tama ba, Raina?
Correct,
So,
correct, coach.
siguro that's how I would understand your journey. Wow, I'm just really amazed. Kasi I remember the last time we talked like months ago,
Yes.
parang ano ka, torn between, coach, alin dito yung kukunin kong client. Like, sa dami hindi naman in-apply, parang ni-reach out mo, biglang may time pa nga na parang nawalan ka ng konti ng hope, parang ganon. Biglang sunod-sunod silang nag-approach sa'yo. So, sobrang ganda lang ng journey. But I think I wanna follow that story up with the next question. What is your, ito tanong to ng isang squad, sa ating squad talk, ano? What was your biggest failure so far and what did you learn from it?
Wow. That's a very tough one. Pero I thank you for that very wonderful question. Char.
Miss you.
Kaya nga, joke lang. Siguro, career-wise, biggest failure is maybe because I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Human Resource Development Management. Tapos, after graduation, I was able to apply that naman. I was able to work as an HR officer sa isang private company here in our area. And at the same time, I also grew up on an environment of traditionalists. When I say traditionalist, these are people who, for me, these are people uh, who define success as something like, okay, you go to school, you study, then after that you graduate, you land a job, you earn, and then you climb your ladder to success.
Okay.
Parang ganon, very
Wow.
traditional mindset na setup. And then, however, after I landed my first job after graduation, since I was young back then, of course, I wanted to explore what the world can offer me. Kasi I have
Mhm.
that idea in my life na parang ayoko munang katulad ng sabi mo kanina, coach, ayoko munang mag-niche down on this on this industry. I wanted to explore what the world can offer me. And it so happened that I had an offer sa government. So, okay, I tried. And however, at the back of my mind, sabi ko, gusto kong explore yung other industry, but eventually, I will go back to being an HR professional.
Okay, okay.
Ganun yung main plan ko during that time. However, what happened was after my contract sa government, kasi contractual siya before, no, 2016, 2017, after my contract ended, so nag-explore ako. I went out from our city. I went to Manila. Doon naman ako nag-explore. So nag-try ako mag-apply as an HR sa HR jobs, HR roles. However, hindi pa ako pinala during that time.
Okay.
And doon ako doon doon ako nag-enter sa BPO industry or call center industry. Na ano ako na nabudol ako ng mga, "Ate, may free donut after mo ng interview," kahit interview lang. Kung
Mga
totoo to, sa
recruiters.
alabang, yeah. Sa alabang, "Ate, may free donut kami kahit attend ka lang sa interview, win or lose, makuha ka man or hindi, meron kang free 1 box of donut." Hindi lang 1 donut pero 1 box. Kaya
One
doon ako
box.
naengganyo.
Ako rin naman. Ako rin naman.
'Di ba? Kasi parang you have nothing to lose, and during that time, I'm actively
Oo.
looking for
Free ka
job naman
naman, oh, tsaka
talaga.
free ka
Yeah.
din. Yes, so true.
Yes. Pero kasi sabi ko nga kanina, I grew up in an environmental kind of family.
The usual tradition
Yeah.
Filipino mindset, I would say.
Mm-mm. Pero to add the story short dun sa dun sa application, I got a job sa isang healthcare contact center. Very prestigious naman yung company, and it was a great experience for me actually. However, dun nga sa family ko or dun sa place namin, I was not really proud of myself kasi there is that stigma or misconception pa rin. No offense to sa mga nasa call center pa rin, pero sa amin sa side namin, there is that misconception na pag tinanong ka, saan ka nag-work? Sa call center. Ay, sa call center, yan yung dyan napupunta yung mga taong walang mahanap na trabaho. Or
Yes,
dyan
I agree with that.
napupunta, dyan napupunta yung mga taong graduate pero hindi ma-apply yung work nila.
I heard that.
And,
I heard,
diba?
just to comment, I heard the same sentiment, or should I say sentence, sa mga family relatives ko when I was working. So I can relate. I can relate so much.
Yeah.
So, ano nangyari dun sa parang biggest failure na naranasan mo
And
from that
that is
ano?
actually parang my biggest failure kasi I was very competitive back then in college. So, parang naging ano din ako naging aloof din ako sa mga batchmates ko when I entered contact center. Kasi yun nga, parang I'm not a bit proud doon
Okay.
sa career na
Sa
dinadanas
career.
ko ngayon. Sa career path na dinadanas ko ngayon. Although I was happy kasi okay naman yung workmates ko inside the call center, and okay naman, I'm growing, I'm exploring a lot of things as well.
Mm.
Pero yun nga, parang outside and in my family, parang I'm not very proud of it. They're not proud of me. Parang ganon, sentiment ko lang. However, to transition it, no, because of that experience, actually because of my call center experience, because of that, doon ako natanggap sa freelancing jobs ko ngayon. And because of kasi before talagang sabi ko, sirang-sira na yung resume ko, sirang-sira na yung portfolio ko kasi kasi kung titingnan mo parang it's very ano talaga graduate ka ng HR pero you are working sa call center as an agent. So it's not very related, sabi ko gano'n. Pero gano'n pala nung nag-a-apply na ako sa as freelancer, and actually nagiging plus points talaga yung job experience ko sa call center.
Yes.
Yeah. Indeed. Kaya doon nag-light yung bulb sa akin na, hala Lord, yun pala yung reason kung bakit ko napagdaanan yon. Yun pala yung reason kung bakit
Experiencing.
ako na-accept sa job na yon. Kung bakit ganun yung naging takbo ng career ko. I thought sira na talaga parang parang ang pangit na ng resume ko. Sabi kong ganon. Pero grabe, that's the reason pala kung bakit ako nandito ngayon. So it's like
Yes.
that process that I've been to was really meant to happen for such a time as this. So
Yes. And
the main
how, sorry, Raina, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but and how amazing it is na yung academic accomplishment mo, which is human resource, you are literally up and beyond what you've studied in college and you're helping law firm. Like, can you believe that?
yeah.
Diba? You're about to say something, Raina. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I mean so the main lesson that I learned from that is that no pain is in vain. Talaga.
Agree.
We just need to trust the process, hold on to God, and just keep on just keep on blooming where you are planted right now. Eventually, later on, madidiscover mo na magkakaroon ka din ng aha moments na, hey, ganun pala. Ito pala yung reason kung bakit mo napagdaanan yon. Iyak-iyak ka noon, pero ngayon, you're very thankful. And you are very
Relate!
grateful for that.
Nag-goosebumps ako sa sinasabi mo, Raina, kasi ako, I can relate so much to your story. I think, alam mo yan, pareho tayo ng pinanggalingang
Right.
industry. I was a nursing student, so where do you see the relevance between nursing student tapos nag-switch sa BPO? But if you are watching or listening right now and you're part of BPO, ano ba to, guild, we are very, very proud of you kasi
Right.
sobrang hirap ng trabaho. Hindi madali makapasok sa call center. I mean, coming
Mhm.
from someone who's interviewing people to get hired before, excuse me, to get hired before, hindi lahat nakukuha sa call center. So, no one can say na it's a industry na pinupuntahan pag hindi natatanggap ng work. Well, actually, hindi lahat natatanggap kahit
Right.
graduate ka man o hindi. It's a
Mhm.
matter of, I think, over skill. I have this quote nga, Ryan, na parang, skill is something you can teach, but character is what you hire. So,
Yeah.
character mo talaga yung reason kung ba't ka nakukuha sa trabaho. Same with freelancing. Yung character mo ang pinaka top of the line and then yung mga skills mo na yung sunod. Not even academic accomplishment. So,
Correct.
super proud ako sa Raina kasi ngayon ko lang naintindihan na I didn't know you were an HR graduate.
Graduate.
I didn't know. So, how amazing is it that God allowed you to experience and have, get into this journey na parang kala mo it's getting out of direction and then you were redirected at sinobrahan pa yung
Right.
opportunity na binigay sa'yo. Like, seriously, from that, ano ba tawag dito? Academic accomplishment. Ngayon, di ba, if I understand it right, kasi I have friends that are also working in the human resource department. Medyo dealing with the legal. And I believe that ang legal type of department sa HR is yung highest form of parang people who's dealing with it in a human resource department. Something like that. Or recruitment, legal, and something
Yes,
like that.
coach. Yes,
So,
mhm.
yeah, so sobrang ganda lang na, wow, parang ni-redirect ka na lang bigla na, okay, here we go. This is the fruit of your labor. And
True.
you mentioned something about bloom where you planted. Alam mo, sobrang totoo yan, Raina, na parang wag na wag mong, kunyari you're trying to plant yourself, hindi mo siya pwede kasing diligan araw-araw. I mean, diligan ng marami para tumubo agad. Hindi siya magiging healthy. You really have to be patient and put time and trust the Lord and, have faith sa ginagawa mo hanggang sa magbunga na yung mga ginawa. Your fruit is the result of a healthy journey, a healthy business, a healthy plan. So, wow, what a story to share. And I'm very happy that there's thousands of people who's going to listen and watch this video after we film this. Grabe, Raina. So, I think my next question is very relevant to what trying discussing right now. Knowing that journey, yung crazy journey, I would say, um, meron tayong, and I believe you would recognize this, meron talagang mga tao na they would not really understand what we are doing in terms of our career. Katulad na lang yan, it's a hard conversation when it's relatives who's trying to judge you, to say something about what you're doing. It's not aligned to your course. Bakit parang sound yuck? Alam mo yung ganon?
Mhm.
Ganon yung feeling, no? But really, ngayon na nasa point ka na ng buhay mo, Raina, na you are still exploring, but at the same time, parang yan na yung naging forte mo eh. Parang
Mhm.
you were prepared for that kind of role. Medyo ibang industry nga lang kasi freelancing. Ano lang, 2022 na kasi, kaya in na ngayon ang freelance na yes, you can be a legal VA without going to
Right.
the US. She's supporting in California law firm. She's here in the Philippines. How's that? So, what advice would you give someone who wants to pursue a career similar to yours?
Okay, so for that, siguro I'll divide it into two. Maybe
Sige,
for
go.
those people who are still starting from ground zero, yung wala pa talagang work experience, maybe you're a fresh graduate, tapos, or maybe you are undergrad, tapos you wanted to dive into the virtual space or to the freelancing. Maybe what I can tell you is that just explore, and then I mean, invest in yourself. Very important. You should do your own research. And totoo yung sabi ni coach kanina that you don't need to niche down. Kasi sometimes sinasabi nila na find your niche muna. Kung SMM ba yan, meron tayong mga tinatawag na iba't ibang niche eh. SMM, Reva, or whatsoever. But although it's very important na yeah, you should do something na align sa passion mo. But the key here is that you should really do your own research. You should really invest in yourself, and very important to have that foundation talaga. Start from rebuilding ulit yung resume nyo. And what I can advise dun sa mga nagsisimula is try nyo lang mag-pass ng mga resumes, and go attend some interviews. You will really encounter rejections, and that's okay. Pero think of it this way na siguro hindi lahat ng mga interviews na na ma-attendan nyo, it will not it will end up it will not end up very well, pero just take it as a learning stage. Parang practice nyo siya. Ginawa ko siya before kasi when I was starting nga ulit, sabi ko sige, attend nga ako netong interview na to, even if I was trying to read ulit yung mga job description, and
Mhm.
also there was the offer. Medyo parang hindi siya swak or hindi siya aligned, pero still I tried to, since there's the invitation, I still tried to go. I showed up, and yun, nag-interview kami. Tapos after the interview, I assessed myself na, okay, ganun pala yung tinatanong dito sa ganitong industry. Okay, medyo parang hindi ako comfortable sa sinagot ko sa ganitong question. So that on the next interview, at least you will know, you will have an idea. Tapos eventually parang parang practice mo lang talaga yon. So
Real-time
especially,
practice.
yeah, especially since wala pa nga kayong experience sa mga interviews,
True. I like
okay
that.
lang yon. Okay lang yon. Just go, mag-apply lang kayo, mag-attend lang kayo ng mga interviews. And for those naman who are in the corporate world who wanted to switch in this kind of industry, sabi din ni coach kanina, wag muna kayong mag-resign habang nandyan kayo, is that you also need to invest for yourself, invest in your skills, and also invest in your equipment. Ang ang helpful kapag may ipon po tayo. Mag-ipon kayo, need to invest on your equipment, especially kapag nag-start ka na, you need to use your own PC. Dapat meron kang webcam, meron kang headset na reliable, and such. And
siguro overall that I can tell to our audience or to our viewers, don't compare yourself to
Wow.
anybody. We have different goals, we have different whys, paths, and interests or niches. Do things at your own pace, be in control and disciplined on what you feed your mind. This is very important kasi may mga nag-reach out sa akin na nandito na din sa freelancing industry, no? Pero sabi niya, ate, ba't ganon? I feel very demotivated right now kasi all around social media, all around yung mga pages sa freelancing sites, maraming nagpo-post na same age as me, 21 years old, 22 years old, or 23, and they are in the freelancing industry and they are earning six figures na ngayon. So sabi ko, it's true na sa freelancing, meron talagang makaka-achieve ng ganon, six-figure income as young as 21 years old. However, don't compare yourself kasi social media can also be deceiving, or no offense
Yes,
sa no offense sa mga talagang nag-earn ng ganun,
that's
pero
true.
you don't know kung ano din yung hard work na pinagdaanan ng taong yon. In social media, they only highlight kung ano yung mga wins
Wins.
nila, of course, pero you don't know kung ano yung background ng taong yon. So don't compare yourself. You should also limit kung ano yung fini-feed mo sa mind mo, kasi ganun, na demotivate daw sila because ayun
Oh.
nga, sa mga ganong instances. And I just also wanted to quote this Latin phrase na nabasa ko somewhere. This is matagal na back then, pero it really struck me before. It says, non esse dastra mollis eteris via. In English, it says, there is no easy way from the earth to the stars.
Wow, I like that. I so like that. You know what, Raina? What I really love about what you mentioned earlier is yung highlight mo na hindi madali ang freelancing. Kasi ako, ang daming, you know that we are all over social media and people are now being interested na mag-freelance ka na kasi dito you can earn millions. After 10 days, I earn 200,000. Tapos, lahat ang dami nagko-comment, how, ganyan, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And I myself, may mga squad tayo na talagang nagkaroon lang ng ganong result, thank God. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, madali ang pinagdaanan nila. So, I would, instead of saying there are people that are parang na hindi totoo yung mga ine-earn nila, no? I think most of the time, people really flex their wins kasi when you flex your wins, hindi ba, Raina? Talagang sobrang ano yun sa'yo, striking yun sa'yo kasi pinaghirapan mo yun. Kaya
Mhm.
i-flex mo talaga siya. But I like what you mentioned about yung Latin word. Kailangan ko ng copy niyan, Raina. Kasi
Yeah, of course.
I think people thought that totoo naman, when someone can do it, you can do it too. That's very true. But we all have different kind of destination and path. So, pareho man tayong SMM, magsa-start man ako, matagal ka na, but that doesn't mean na mas magaling ka sa akin, mas magaling ako sa iyo. Parang ganon. Nag-enroll ako sa isang freelance course, hindi ibig sabihin, mas magiging successful ako kesa sa iyo na nag-watch via free webinar. It's all about how do you execute what you've learned and see your journey with your open eyes. Hindi yung parang you always look at other people's win. Kasi, di ba nga, Ryan, naalala mo, like ko sinasabi sa inyo sa VA Academy, our mind doesn't recognize what are the things that you're saying bad about yourself. It only recognizes that bad thing or the statements that you're saying bad about yourself kasi nilalagyan mo ng emosyon. So be very, very careful for what you're saying to yourself and what you're feeding here kasi yan ang lalabas sa actions mo. If you are jealous, if you are naiinggit sa ibang tao, yan ang lalabas sa result mo. May inggit yung plant mo. May yung fruit mo na biner mo, may halong inggit kaya hindi siya healthy. It's gonna get rotten if tinuloy-tuloy mong laging nakatingin sa ibang tao. There's a thin line between you checking your competitor over you are being jealous about other success. Ganyan. So, I like what you said na take your own time, be extremely patient with what you do. At kung marami tayong oras tumingin sa ibang tao, sana mas damihan din natin yung oras tumingin kung paano natin i-improve ang ating
Right.
sarili. Because when you do that, there's a lot more opportunities that's going to open for you. Just like Squad Rhyna. Kasi, di ba, ang hirap nun, ano no, Squad Rhyna, na yung tipong mag-a-adjust ka na, hala, yung mga squads, may client na siya, 3 days pa
Yeah.
lang. Bakit ako? Di ba?
Correct.
Naranasan din natin yun. Pero, pag dumating ka talaga sa point na hindi ka huminto, tinuloy-tuloy mo yung sarili mong process, nag-progress ka, bigla mo na lang masasabi, oh, this is why I had to wait for a little bit of time over someone else's because medyo big pala yung ibibigay sa akin. Kaya sabi ko nga pag mas matagal naghintay, mas malaki ang
Right.
blessing. 'Di ba? So, yun
Correct.
lang. Thank you for that, Raina. Next
Mhm.
question that we have. So, is it okay if I ask the next question?
Yeah, sure.
What are the best resources that have helped you along the way in this industry of freelancing? Ano ba yung mga resources na nakatulong sa'yo talaga?
In this freelancing journey, my very foundation talaga, coach, this is honest to goodness talaga, is the V Academy course. That's my
Wow.
very foundation. I really love the course and also the learning materials, especially you're very generous enough nga to share to us the videos that you have with the clients. Actually, I yeah, isa yun sa mga sa mga pinanood ko before I jumped into my interviews, and it's very helpful talaga. So I also had an idea during that time na okay, ganito pa rin pinag-uusapan sa mga kapag social media marketing, kasi that's very that's very common yung SMM, how
Yes.
they manage their social media accounts, ganyan. So it's very helpful to me. So that's my foundation course talaga. And siguro other resources, of course, hindi mawawala dyan si YouTube, tsaka si Google. And
Our sisters and brothers.
right, best friends natin yan. And
Nice.
since siguro ako kasi nasa legal field ako, I also sometimes watch movies kasi ano din sila There are also platforms talagang nakakapag-motivate din sa akin. Yung Suits, di ba pinapanood natin yun, coach?
Yes.
Netflix,
I
yeah.
remember. I shared to you, I was
Yes.
watching Suits and you were like,
Mhm.
Coach, I'm now a legal VA. Can you imagine?
Correct. Yes. And then books as well. Mga John Grisham, ganyan.
Ay, wow. I love it. So, books are also your mentors like me. Very Coach Julie, babe. Hindi ba? Now, my next
Right.
question here, Raina, is there's a question here. Name 3 people who have been the most influential to you.
Okay, so there's a lot, pero sige, I'll name 3. And they are my best friends when it comes to my career story then. So, una talaga is Jack Ma.
Yes.
He is my best, I consider him best friend na no. Kasi when I was transitioning from student life to young professional, ito yung stage na adulting stage pa tayo adulting 101, ganyan. Then I came across this short video clip from Jack Ma. Hindi ko pa siya kilala during that time, pero his message was really powerful and really struck me to the heart talaga. Yung message niya, I think you also saw this, coach. Yung message niya to young people wherein he's in a conference, I think, speaking engagement with some entrepreneurs or young entrepreneurs. Tapos he's talking about time frame. Like at the age of like this to this age, siguro 21 to 25, make a lot of mistakes that you can. At the age of this to this, you need to learn from those mistakes and follow a mentor, follow a leader, follow a good boss. Ganyan, yung dinidiscuss niya yung ganon. So, doon ako na-introduce kay Jack Ma. I searched him sa YouTube and doon ko nakita na he is a CEO and the founder pala of Alibaba.
The largest
And
e-commerce.
correct. And his story talaga, his testimony is very powerful.
Yes, super. An
Yeah.
English tutor, right? An
Mhm.
English tutor na naglilinis ng kotse.
Correct.
Imagine mo yan.
Mhm.
So, who's the second
Yeah,
one?
second one would be John Maxwell. I really love his books kasi he kind of reminds me na, hey, Raina, life is not just about work, work, work. Life is not just about money, money, money. But I like that he always incorporates the word of God as well. He reminds me that you are blessed to be a blessing. You are there to for other people as well.
Yep.
So hindi ka lang para sa sarili mo, but you are living for a purpose and for a reason. So that's what I like about John Maxwell. So I love his books. Ang dami kong books, collection of
Yes,
books.
true. And I will just press what you mentioned a little bit, ano. And I'm pretty sure you know me this way, Raina, like ko sinasabi, kaya ka the reason why you're living an abundant life is not because for you just to live abundant life alone, but just because God knows you are someone who's capable and able of sharing your abundance to other people. So, parang hindi lahat ng tao nabibigyan ng blessing na katulad mo. That doesn't mean it's wrong, it's bad, but ang alam ni Lord is magiging blessing ka sa ibang tao. Kaya ikaw yung pinagkatiwalaan niya ng ganyang abundance or blessing opportunity. So in any kind of way, you can help someone out who's struggling, you are doing your purpose. And I think I love that you throw that statement kasi it resonates so much to me. Who is the third one?
The third one would be, I guess, the woke salaryman. They are famous in Instagram. Meron din silang Facebook page. They are Singaporean friends. Tapos, they share career advices and also entrepreneurial advices on social media. Sila din yung naging influential sa akin when I was deciding kasi way back 2020 I started my online business side hustle. Mini
Mhm.
side hustle lang siya. And the woke salaryman parang sila yung nag-give sa akin ng due to some Facebook posts na ano ko, parang nagkaroon ng confirmation na, sige go, start ng
Start
side
the side
hustle.
hustle. Okay.
Oo. Yeah, so those are the three, si Jack Ma, si John Maxwell, and the woke salaryman. Those are my best friends.
I love it, Raina, that you're also into books. Alam mo naman si Coach Julie, babe, ano ako, luho ko ang books ko. Kasi books is our mentor or our mentor, right? And ano you don't have to spend too much money of flying where they are to hear them speak, but the means of them writing a book and alam mo yung feeling pagka-reader ka, parang they're talking to you as a person.
Yes,
Parang
coach.
ganon, iba yung nadadala niya. And I would say that one of the many people who influenced my life and where am I at right now is my books too. Like yung mga taong binasa ko, their story, how they, from rags to riches, yeah. The Robert Kiyosaki, 'di ba?
Yes, coach.
Go to school, graduate, get a work, and then make a living out of it. Rat race, yung mga ganyan. So, very influential sa atin. So, we would make sure to try to do another squad talk, maybe Raina's top 10 recommended books for 2022. So, gagawin namin yun sa susunod. Now, Raina, I felt like there's a lot of this might be very quick, but there's a lot of things that they have learned from these sessions. So can you please share some platforms or where can our squad connect with you online?
Oh, sure. Mag-flex na ako. Thank you for this opportunity. Pero for now, you can always reach me sa aking Facebook Messenger. That would be Raina Lynn. Or also my Facebook page, business page. That's Millennial Hustler. It's a Facebook page on progress. Medyo hinahasa ko pa siya. Pero you can connect me doon. Millennial
Medyo
Hustler.
ano kasi, medyo busy pa si Legal VA.
Right. Yes.
Raina, again, thank you so much for
My pleasure,
para
coach.
ano ba Tagalog ng ano? Paunlakan kami. Gusto mo 'yan? Tagalog na Tagalog. For these squad
Yeah.
talks, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people who'll be inspired by your story. And truly, the meaning of this episode or squad talk is just telling us na, hey, this might sound really hard, but this is our story and see yourself from here. You can also try it, give it a shot, and start your magic from here. I have a very last question, Raina, here. Now, this is not related to the questions that I've asked earlier, but I just want to know, what does it really mean to be a VA squad?
That's a very good question, coach. VA squads. Okay, for
Oo.
me, To be a VA squad is a freelancer or a virtual assistant who resonates and carries out the squad vibes wherever he or she is planted. What I mean by squad vibes is the vibe of positivity, joy, and spirituality. And if I
Wow.
may dig deeper to that,
Yeah,
coach,
go.
I said positivity kasi when I was mentored by Coach Julie sa VA Academy, Coach Julie is very positive and I really appreciate Coach. I would also want to take this time to thank you and to appreciate you kasi you are always declaring and you are always claiming positive things for us. And you are so genuine enough to celebrate our wins. That's why really appreciate you for
Wow.
that. And even coach yung mga comments mo na, hey squad, you are next, claiming it. Be ready squad kasi ikaw na yung next every time you share some wins of
Mhm.
some squad mates. You are declaring that kind of positive mantra. Kasi when I was starting, of course, as a newbie like me, parang I'm not really sure is freelancing really for me? Is VA really for me? What will what will a virtual space offer me? Sabi kong ganon. Pero your simple act of actually declaring those positive things to us is actually developing my trust and confidence sa sarili ko. Kasi sabi ko, Coach Julie believes in us, kaya I should also trust myself. I should also have that confidence.
Wow,
So
grabe.
that's positivity, and it really resonates naman every time that we have that live session, or also every time that we have that webinar. Makikita po yon. Makikita po yon sa how Coach Julie really discusses and also shares her story. So the next one is joy kasi Coach, alam mo naman that we really love your laugh, right?
Oo, oo.
Charot. Meron yung one time pinanood ko yung journaling session mo yung last year. Tapos nakaka-good vibes lang kasi almost every sentence you laugh. Charot. Joke. Hindi, pero it really lightens up the atmosphere. And dun ko, isang nag-ano lang sa akin na just laugh it out. Just
Yes.
relax and be joyful. Hindi you don't need to be very serious in life, in your career, or in this freelancing thing. Just relax and
See it yourself, ganon.
correct. Yeah, and be joyful. And yung lastly, spirituality, because coach, I also really appreciate that you always remind us of the power of prayer. So very powerful, and sabi nga, we do our part, we thrive, hustle hard, we do side hustles, we work very hard during the day, pero at the end of the day, it's let God do the rest naman.
Yes. That is so true. Grabe. Pinapaiyak mo ako, Raina. No, kidding. Kidding aside, kasi I learned the hard way before I met all the you guys. So parang yun yung pinapakita ko sa inyo, the way I throw, sunod ka na, ganyan. You know, sometimes may mga experiences tayo na wala tayong example na taong gagawa sa atin nun. So, bakit hindi natin siya gawin when we have opportunity? At alam mo ba, lagi ko sinasabi sa sarili ko, alam mo, feeling ko, meron akong may angel words ako. Parang yung tipong pag sinabi ko, nangyayari. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Ewan ko ba, may ganon
Yes,
ako. So,
coach.
I always made sure na whatever I say to other people, to a comment, kailangan positive siya. Kasi mangyayari nga eh, di ba? Meron ka bang gustong bagay na meron ka bang gustong mangyaring bagay na hindi mo naman gusto? So, something like that. And really, always connect to God. If you really put God as the center of yung business ko, Lord, nahihirapan ako, hindi ko alam gagawin ko, I'll leave it up to you. When you, parang hinihintay lang ni Lord na, i-surrender mo na yan sa akin, hindi mo yan kaya. Ganon. Pag natuto ka talagang mag-surrender sa Kanya, ibibigay talaga niya yung para sa'yo. Parang ganon. And kahit kahit hindi ka man part ng VA Squad, hindi ka man part ng Your Confident VA Community, pag naparinig mo lang to, take this as a sign for you to also connect. Mag-pray ka sa Kanya, ano ba yung mga bagay na gusto mo, and pray for it, kausapin mo siya kasi siya talaga yung nakakaalam na parang, I'm God. Alam mo yung parang gano'n, alam ko ang mangyayari sa'yo. You just have to really trust me. So, thank you for that, Raina. I'm very happy na yung pangarap ko na maging parang how I want my business to look like, narinig ko sa'yo. So, I'm very touched and thank you na at last, nagawa ko yung gustong-gusto kong gawin na it's true that you can create a business at the same time you teach someone to have faith kasi it's really powerful. So, grabe. Ang lalim, ang gaan sa pakiramdam na naramdaman niyo. But really, Raina, I just want to tell you that I'm very, very proud of you and over everyone who's proud of you, the VA squads, your family. Um, I'm certain that you will do a lot more things. So I just hope that you continue to service people. You continue to experience everything, explore, because you know it's going to be another story to share sa squad talk man yan o hindi man sa squad talk. So, Raina,
Yes,
thank you so
coach.
much for joining me today sa ating squad talk. And if you're going to listen to this, please maybe leave a comment sa ating Your Confident VA group, #ask kung may question kayo kay Squad Raina. And then I'm gonna tag her sa ating private group para ma-reach out nyo rin siya if you have any question. Thank you so much, VA Raina,
Thank you,
and may we
coach. My
thrive
pleasure.
this 2022. Always
Right.
remember, squad, to be confident. Oh, anong next, Raina? Be confident, be inspired.
Ano,
Sabihan
hindi na
natin.
ako updated talaga, no?
Okay lang. Lots of love your way,
VA
squads. Have an
Academy.
amazing day. Bye. Thank you, Raina.
Bye. Thank you, coach.